Guys, the day has finally come. After 8 years of waiting, the Sears in Plaza Las Américas is finally closing. I'm pretty sure it closes at the end of the month, late August 2025, and I want to take you guys one last time and what's considered probably the best Sears left in America. I didn't think I would be making another video, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Here's the Sears one last time. It's currently at 50 to 75% off. I'm assuming that means we're about halfway through. Let's look at some merchandise. 50% off. Sunglasses. I guess what? That would be like $8. So, per usual, with most Sears sales, they're already selling some fixtures. I'm not really sure what this is, but I think maybe a jewelry chest. And it's selling for $75. So, if anybody wants to pick up a jewelry chest, you can see some of the kiosks already emptying out, but still seems like there's some jewelry, stuff like that. Get some ironing boards, and you can get, see, pretty convenient, 40% off, but we're already at the 50 to 75% off, so I guess it's a little outdated. What are we seeing here?
Esto es como like a unshelled creature here. Like
it's just
out and about, and it like the leg doesn't even.
And it's still it's $44 now.
It's like bent over.
A great price. So over here you see lots of merchandise. Still have a lot left. And then if I don't want to move the camera too quickly because I want the reveal, but you turn the camera over here and completely empty. You have 2 empty kiosks, you have a little bit of merchandise in the back, and then all the way over there you have all these empty spaces of, this used to be full of merchandise, and now it's closed. We are heading to the second floor. This Sears has 3 floors, and I'm not sure if all 3 stores are open. The first floor was usually jewelry and accessories. The second floor was more clothing. And the third floor was mattresses? Yes, furniture and mattresses. So let's see a quick reveal. Looks still pretty packed from first impressions. I'm trying to get not people's faces in here, but look at all these closing signs everywhere. But this is just to get a good impression about the Sears. This is considered, I said earlier in the video, but I've always loved the Sears particularly. And it is considered within like the Sears community to be the best Sears still in America. Not for long though. But yeah, seems like there's a bunch of chairs out. Sorry, I'm not checking that many prices. I guess I'm not very interested in the leftover Sears merchandise, but doesn't seem like they're particularly updating their sales charts with every different type of, like each stage of the this liquidation. Over here, I guess the 70% off stuff, I guess, flew off the shelves pretty quickly. And I guess you can still take it home today. I wonder if there's still services to get your mattress. But over here, another price checker, another ancient computer, and oh, there's my friend kicking a wow. I guess if you wanted to turn this Sears into a soccer field, now you can, because this area is completely empty. This is really surreal for me. I've been anticipating this day ever since I moved to Puerto Rico in 2017, and looks like people are having fun in here because this Sears has turned into a total playground. Keep going over here. What's also cool about the Sears, and you'll see in a minute, is the third floor of the Sears has a lot of like mini stores within it too. So there's like stores within stores. But as an example, here's one of them. I guess the Ace Collectors, I don't know where this is going because this has been here forever. And it's like its own little store within a store. And I'm not gonna go in there because I don't want to disturb, but as you can see, there's a bunch of like Funko Pops, and I wonder what they're going to be, if they're gonna be moving locations in Plaza, or if they're going to go out with the rest of Sears. Pretty sad. It's a cool place. I wonder if like these Sears within malls sell more fixtures than just standalone Sears, where they're probably more isolated. But so you're not going to be getting your 5-star home services for long. Shall we take the elevator? I'm kind of curious about if the elevator still works.
Oh, the elevator? No way. I'm taking the escalator.
I think YouTube wants to know if these elevators still work.
I'm not getting in there.
I'm getting in there.
I'm getting in there.
Look at this.
Are you not?
My friend is refusing to get into this creepy elevator. I'm doing it.
I want to do it alone.
I'm doing it for the content. I'll see you on the 3rd floor. Okay, I'm risking my life for YouTube here. Well, last words. It's moving. Hear it. This is really scary. So if anybody was curious about the elevator in the Sears, here it is. And here we are on the 3rd and final floor, where I mentioned that they have a lot of those mini stores. Maybe those are changing rooms over there, but here's where the good stuff is, because they used to have mattresses and they have TVs, because there used at Plaza there were 3 Sears locations. There was the main Sears, which was 3 floors. There was a Sears Automobile Center, which closed when all of them closed, I think, a few years ago. And then there was a Sears home furniture store as well, or home improvement store. So, yeah. And they also had a Kmart here. So for those Eddie Lambert lovers, this is the perfect mall ever. And I want to take you over here because this is something really cool. Look at this clock. That is one ancient clock over there, and I'm not sure if it's still working. It's 5 something, 6 something right now. So look at this clock. That is really cool. That's gonna be sad. That clock's gonna go. It's really sad. Coming over here, I think these used to be showrooms, I assume. Also, the floor is really cool. Yeah. Oh wow, that is the craft. So this is actually. You have the Craftsman tool sign, which is one of the Sears brands that they sold off to make more money. And then here you have a David's Cookies. Uh-oh.
That was me.
Creepy restricted area. And then moving over here, these like literally remind me of like the subliminal like imagery of like the back rooms. Like,
I'm trying to keep the exit in my eyes.
these are literally like, I feel like I'm gonna get like kidnapped by like somebody in these like by dark forces. And look at this thing, and look at the tiling too. It's a shame because I think whatever store comes in here is most likely going to redo all of this. And look at this. This is like, they're selling high-tech computers at Sears, but they can't get checkout machines newer than the 1980s. But I guess a little peek under here. There's a bunch of merchandise behind this thing. I don't think anything really that worth looking at, but I guess they don't want people to go back there because somebody took the time to put this giant plastic thing. I wonder if this was...
That's where the curse is kept.
Yeah, this is where the subliminal backrooms curse is kept behind this plastic rim. Yeah, I mean, I think what happens in liquidation sales is that as the stages of the liquidation sale, you can see the TV section right now, like they just kind of just start merging merchandise. And what day is it? It's August 12th, 13th. So this Sears closes on August 30th. I'm assuming they would close earlier if they sold out all their merchandise, but they're about 50% through. They're in the 50 to 75% liquidation stage, and still have TVs. They still have couches, obviously a lot of fixtures. There's some lone washing machine over there. I'm assuming that a lot of like that type of stuff, like washing machines, laundry machines, stuff that Sears used to be known for, catalog type stuff, has vanished. check the price. Maybe it's ridiculous. Oh yeah, you pay $249. What a great deal. Maybe it is. All right, my friends got tired, so I'm solo. But look at that. That is just a row of liquidation signs. Over here, you can see some of the really cool tilings, checkered. I'm paranoid that somebody's gonna tell me to stop filming. I don't know why they would, but you never know. And then these seem like newer computers for checkout. And here's what I was also talking about. There's Sears Commercial, and there's like also a Sears travel agency. There's just so many stores within stores here that are all going to be, which I'm survived. One lasted so long. Here's the little travel thing. But two, are gonna be out of a main container, I guess. Yeah, it's really sad. And I didn't think I would ever be making this video because I'm usually in college. I'm college in Washington, D.C. But this Sears waited for me. I've literally founded this channel 8 years ago because I thought that in like 6 months I would be able to be like Retail Archaeology, be like Bright Sun Films, and record these closing stores, and especially record this one. And I thought once I moved out of Puerto Rico I would never get the chance. And it's really bittersweet for me because I didn't want this to happen, but I'm happy it happened while I was literally here for a week and a half in Puerto Rico to visit my family, see my friends, because I grew up here. And this year's waited for me. It waited for me. Thank you, Eddie Lambert, I guess. And wow, look at this. The Sears Mattress Central. Doesn't seem like I'm gonna get any mattresses anymore. This is quite the image. The carpeting is new. And I think this is another like good example of like how good this Sears actually was. I mean, I don't know any other Sears in the country that was laid out in this fashion, had this type of decor, this type of architecture, these hidden features, and was so well kept. I mean, even in its liquidation stage, it is probably still more well kept than 90% of the other Sears. And I don't want to downplay the hardworking people who have stuck to that company loyally for so many years, but it's just resources. And this Sears was lucky enough to have more resources than a lot of the other Sears were fortunate to have in the country. And I really thought this would be the last one to survive, or maybe it would be bought off separately and would survive even past Eddie Lambert and that hedge fund circus. But unfortunately, time just caught up with Sears. But again, I am happy that I've got to come back to Puerto Rico, and that if it was going to close, it was going to close while I still had the opportunity to, I guess a little stain there, but still had the opportunity to capture its last breaths, last moments. Yeah, definitely an emotional experience. Probably not as emotional as I would be when I was literally obsessed with Sears when I was like 11, 12. But still definitely impactful and quite full circle. And more David's Cookies cups, lovely. And here's some fridges. It looked like for a second it was $2. It's probably not. But get one last view of this furniture section. You can see the checkout, not very busy. Mickey on the laundry machine. Here's a good overview over here. It's a beautiful Sears right here. And this Sears still has the previous logo as well. Not that new one, which I don't think anybody liked, but it's going out with classic Sears facade. So, one last time, liquidated Sears. My name's Lucas / Retail Kid, and Retail Kid out. This person has been requested to be in the video by my friends. Apparently she's voiced by Aquafina. So update, we were able to get 3 numbers from that ticketing machine over there. Very cool. And look at this. Look at this time capsule. Wow. Yeah. There's nothing left. Is this even recording anything? Hopefully it's not recording me. Ah. Oh, the front. I don't know if they really care that much anymore if they're stealing anything. There's nothing here.